Welcome back, parents and students, to another Bulldog update where we're continuing to talk about our reopening plans for school this fall. Just a reminder that we talked about the other day certain requirements that have been given to us by the state that we don't really have a say in are things like face masks and health screening. But I think the important thing to keep in mind is that we are committed to getting students back in school face to face 5 days a week, and that's our focus. So today we're going to talk with Mrs. Page, the principal at Beacon, so she can share what the fall will look like at Beacon Elementary. Barb?
Thanks, Dan. Beacon has been working really hard all spring to prepare for the fall, and I know that parents are probably wondering what that's going to look like here at Beacon, especially if they have children here. Our goal is to operate as normal as we possibly can, but we know that we need to make some modifications to adhere to the OSPI guidelines. So here are just a few adjustments that we are planning to make. Starting at 8:20, students will have staggered arrival times. This will allow us to do the required screening that we have. Once students have been screened, they will go straight to their classroom. And speaking of the screening, we will have 3 screening stations, one over at the Swiss Meadows opening, one here at the main gate, and one on the west side over there by the kindergarten classrooms. Once the students are in the classrooms, teachers will keep routines as normal as they possibly can. And I am so proud of our teachers for working so hard this spring and into the summer. In fact, we have some teachers here right now creatively working through the OSPI guidelines. So kudos to all of those teachers that have been working hard in this emergency closure. With regard to recess, students will have the normal 3 recesses. However, each day will be a different designated area for each classroom, again, adhering to the guidelines. Lunch will be at a 75% capacity in our gym. Weather permitting, the other 25% will be outside. And of course, if we have the inclement weather, those will then need to be moved into the classroom. And those will be on a rotating basis. One of the other recommendations that OSPI has given us is to allow kids to be outside as much as possible. So I definitely see learning moving outdoors when there is the availability and giving those kids as much fresh air as they possibly can. And then, of course, dismissal will be very similar to arrival in that we will have staggered dismissal times. So like I said earlier, our hope is to start this fall as normal as we possibly can, at the same times following the mandates that we have been given. We want our littles back in the building as much as possible, and so we'll do whatever it takes to ensure that we have a safe, at-school, productive learning environment. And then those nervous about sending their kids to school, we will also have that model program that Chris spoke about earlier, and that will be an option for our parents. And again, we're hoping that will be a seamless transition in and out of the model program or at school model. So we just really hope that we see all the kiddos back in the building in the fall. And like I said earlier, we'll do whatever it takes to make sure that we have a safe learning environment. So see you all in the fall. Back to you, Dan.
Thank you, Mrs. Page. Obviously, things are going to be a little bit different this fall, but again, we're excited about having kids back. We will be refining the plan as we go along. And like I said in the previous video, we will be sending out a short survey to kind of get an idea of which parents might be interested in having their kids come to school face to face. Again, just because you make a commitment to one way or the other doesn't mean that you're locked into that forever. So there is a lot of flexibility. We want to provide the most flexibility and the best opportunity for all of our students. So that's what we will continue to work on. As always, if you have questions, you can contact me, or if you're a Beacon parent, you want to contact Mrs. Page, that would be great. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Stay safe.